Thanks for joining us live for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. It's getting noisy here in Charlotte for this Hornets home game. So off the tip at Charlotte. For so long, the Hornets have been one of the most disciplined teams, Greg, in the NBA.
Yeah, you look at how this team takes care of the ball, and from the first guy to the last, it says something about how much pride they take in that. Minimizing turnovers goes a long way in terms of winning games. It's been a part of the basketball culture with the Hornets for quite some time.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Indiana, Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. Young and Turner up front. And it's Bogdanovich in the small forward position.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money. Oof, that is a tough shot.
The Hornets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Dishes to Kid Gilchrist. Here's Howard. Howard draws the double. And the foul called on Bojan Bogdanovich. That is his first foul of the game. Walker goes in.
Well, you look at Turner's body. He's got a wily, muscular frame that he makes good use of. I mean, his defense and the way he contests shots is remarkable. And there was no effort on behalf of the defense. None. I mean, the shooter has to be upset with himself for missing that shot.
Williams kicks to Walker. Some nice pass in here by Charlotte. Just 5 on the clock. Batum attacking. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The Pacers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Screen by Young. Collison. The shot, no good. Good D by Williams. To the middle. Howard dishes to Batum. Back to Howard. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Turner with the screen. Collison with it. He's picked up by Walker. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Tell you what, Walker is an exceptional scorer. I mean, a clever guard who wreaks havoc with his quickness and ball skill.
And last season, I think, Greg, there was a time when Kemba Walker was playing basketball, you know, as well as any point guard in the NBA.
No doubt. I mean, not to say he's the best in our league, but he is certainly climbing up the list. You can't ignore his impact on this team. Has worked to improve each season he's been in the league.
Turner with the screen. Oladipo, the pass to Turner. Howard with the steal. To the inside. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. And Turner kicks to Collison. And the pass to Young. And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession. And Turner kicks to Collison. Ball's knocked loose. There's the foul, and it's on Jeremy Lamb. That is his first foul of the game. Full 24-second shot clock. Turner inside, working on Howard. Bogdanovich dishes to Turner. Feeds to Young. 6 to shoot. Offensive rebound.
Cannot give him that much room from mid-range. They got to feel lucky he didn't knock that one down.
Here's Batum. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
Boy, I like seeing the ball get to that spot. It doesn't get much better than that.
Screen by Young. Oladipo, the pass to Turner. Williams comes with a double team. On its way from Oladipo for 2. Not enough on that one as it misses. Charlotte in the lead. And here is Lamb. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Nobody near Williams. Off target from the wing. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Another miss by Oladipo.
Boy, I'm surprised he couldn't put that away. I mean, the defense clearly botched an assignment, leaving him open.
Young against Williams. Here's Howard. Lays it up off the glass.
And the Pacers really have been one of the more consistent franchises in the NBA over the last 15 years or so. They've not won fewer than 32 games or drafted higher than 10th since 1989. That's a pretty impressive run of consistency.
And yes, it's good.
And the way Oladipo handles himself from inside is commendable. I mean, actually, it's tremendous. He does a nice job utilizing the strength that he has.
Now, here's Howard. Young with the steal. Here's Oladipo. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Kemba Walker picks one up. And the Pacers always find a way to hold their own, but still searching for that first NBA championship.
Yeah, you know, it's tough for every team, but in a smaller market, they don't feel they can afford to totally tear down the roster with a full rebuild. Indianapolis, as great a city as it is, not a free agent destination, so that makes it tough to build a title contender. You have to do it primarily through the draft and smart acquisitions.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
Yeah, GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint.
Guys, it's all about persistence on the offensive glass. You just can't ever give up on a play.
We've got 1:13 left in the first quarter. Turner with a screen on Walker. Inside. The kick out to Young. And the wide open shot from Collison. And a miss there on the triple.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
And you see Bogdanovich, 6'8" at times, listed at shooting guard. GA, is he a 2?
No, if anything, I think he's often better defending power forwards than he is against the wings, in part because you're not going to look to post that position in the way the game is played today. This guy is skilled and tough, but doesn't have the great foot speed defensively, so I think that's to his advantage to guard those guys.
Williams can't hit. Indiana's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Oladipo, good.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Off the left rim and out. And we'll be right back after this. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Yeah, everything is sharp. I mean, nothing forced, precise passes, taking care of the ball. That's good stuff.
Inside, Williams at the 4, Howard in the middle. Walker and Batum teaming up in the backcourt, and it's Lamb at the small forward. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Williams, that's good.
Howard often thinking about his offense. Nice look there to create for a teammate.
Here's Oladipo, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Oladipo's got the lead back up to 4 now for the Pacers. Stolen by Collison. Banked in off the glass.
Sensing the opportunity there, Collison sneaking inside for the finish.
Well, Hornets shooting not great, 40% for the game. To the paint, Howard. And a wide open look for Walker. Tries again. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Thaddeus Young.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Boy, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss.
The Pacers making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker. Clark, a lot of former players had a specific instance when they knew they were special, the way they played the game of basketball. Did you ever have a moment like that where you realized that you could make it as a player?
Yeah, there was a time when that became more realistic to me, Kevin. And I grew up in Cleveland, and during the summers, a lot of the Cleveland Cavaliers would stay in the area and play pickup basketball to stay in shape. And I got a chance to bump heads with a lot of those guys, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow, Austin Carr, Bingo Smith, Mike Mitchell. And I was only 15, 16 years old. And while those guys were going at half speed, it gave me the encouragement that I might be able to get to where they were if I continued to work hard and stay healthy. So at 15 or 16, during one of those summers, I began to realize that I might have a chance to realize the dream of being an NBAer.
And again, the Hornets missing. Collison kicks to Oladipo.
Spotting the open man, Collison, a capable playmaker.
Shot to stop the run. Second chance shot. And Howard finishes it off. Howard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Screen by Jefferson. Oladipo dishes to Jefferson. Taken away by Williams. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession. Indiana leading by 12. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jefferson.
You know, that's not how you distribute the ball. Needs to be more focused when making passes like that.
For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Shots good by Walker.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Yeah, and it's one thing when your shots are falling from the perimeter, but when you go cold and things aren't going as well, you've got to get that thing inside. Mix it up a little bit.
And here's Walker. Darren Collison with the triple.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Now, here is Young. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. And last season, Greg, one big issue for the Hornets was their bench.
And Charlotte tried their best to address that issue this past offseason. It just goes to show that you need to have a complete roster to compete. A lot of games were given away by the Hornets last year by losing ground when the starters left the court.
And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Pacers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Outside Collison. Clock at 6. And a miss there on the triple. And it's Walker penetrating. Doesn't go that time.
Boy, incredible effort on defense, refusing to give him an uncontested layup. Nothing easy.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Adding to their lead, and you see that field goal percentage for the game steadily heading north.
Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Walker's got 12 in the game.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
Now here's Walker. Here's Howard. And Howard with the stuff. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 15 rebounds.
And Howard, always one of the top offensive rebounders in the league.
Collison, no good.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Batum. Indiana's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. Oladipo outside. In the corner, it's Robinson. For the 3. Shot clock reset for Indiana. And Young kicks to Turner. Tries yet again. Dwight Howard pulls it in.
Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
Well, he practically has gotten everyone that's available. A 20-plus rebounding game is not something we get to see very often, Greg.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Charlotte making a switch here. Monk's checked in.
And, you know, Oladipo is one of those multifaceted players. I mean, he can do just about anything you ask of him when he's on the court.
Collison kicks to Oladipo. It's good. Oladipo's got 24.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Down low. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
You know, what I like about what I've seen in Oladipo is that it's obvious he's put a lot of work in to becoming a better offensive player. And he can really get it going in a hurry now.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Robinson, that's good.
And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Well, I tell you what, Greg, their offense has really been productive this half,
And so it's the Indiana Pacers, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We've got more in store for you right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. On the court right now for the Pacers. Young and Turner up front. Oladipo and Robinson on the perimeter. And it's Collison in the 1 spot. And Oladipo, here we go. Here's Young. Lays it up and banks it in.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And Thaddeus Young he's got a unique offensive skill set. I mean, he really is able to score over bigger players with just an array of little hooks and floaters and off-balance shots in the lane.
Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Glenn Robinson III. Collison kicks to Turner. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. And the Pacers lead by 16.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And Greg, at about 6'8", what is it that enables Young to finish so well inside?
I think it's more finesse than power. Not a lot of free throws for him, but he can get his shot off quickly before the shot blockers have time to gather.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. 3rd quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
And the Pacers with a lot of scoring on their roster. Clark, how does Thaddeus Young blend into that?
Well, I think he's a scorer. He's a guy who does a lot of the intangibles. What I like about him is he's an excellent cutter. Plays well off the ball, so he doesn't always need it in his hands to be effective.
And the Hornets making a change here. Kid Gilchrist is checked in. And it's in there. Walker's got 16.
Boy, this little fella, Kemba Walker, is a treat to watch, especially when he takes it all the way to the cup. He's got explosive speed and finishes with ease on the drive.
And so here's Charlotte. Hornets trail by 18. He kicks it to Howard. Charlotte moving it around. Back to Williams. Beyond the arc. They grab their own miss. And the foul called on Bojan Bogdanovich. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Here's Howard. Pass to Batum. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 5 rebounds tonight. The wide open look here for Oladipo. Here's Young. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
The kick out to Williams. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
And they're just playing fast and loose. Sometimes that'll burn you.
You know, can't afford these kinds of mistakes right now, Greg. It's as simple as that. And they're making it hard on themselves.
Turner with the screen. Here's Oladipo. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Oladipo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That is his 1st foul of the game. Kemba Walker's checked in for Charlotte. To the paint. He's looking for Howard and finds him. Poked loose. It's stolen by Oladipo. And Young, here we go. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
And that's what makes Young so dangerous, in my opinion. I mean, his ability to cut in off the bounce and finish through contact, that puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And the Pacers have made the playoffs back-to-back seasons and have only missed the playoffs once in the last 7 seasons, including a couple of trips to the Eastern Conference Finals. Nevertheless, there's a growing concern in Indy that the team has stagnated a bit and needs to move forward at a greater pace than what they had.
Walker the pass to Batum. To the inside. Howard. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. And finished off by Oladipo.
Surprisingly high vertical for Oladipo. I mean, if you don't get out of his way, he'll put you in a poster.
And for the Pacers, 2 consecutive seasons making the playoffs as the 7th seed. Both times Clark knocked out in the first round.
Yeah, and you know, last season got swept by the Cavs. In Game 3, gave up the largest second-half comeback in NBA history. A game the Pacers should have won, and certainly not the way they hoped to finish.
Kaminsky, he's checked in for Dwight Howard. Back to Oladipo. He feeds it to Collison. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
And everything they're attempting is going in. Tremendous run here in the 3rd.
And a much-needed run, too, Greg. I mean, they've turned it up a notch. Really taking over now.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. Robinson's checked in for Indiana. 1:51 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. The drive by Collison. Fires from the corner. The second effort. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggressiveness.
First 3 of the half, 2nd of the game. Can he heat up?
The shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 4 assists in the game. Oladipo outside. Turner with a screen for Oladipo. Not going to go that time. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. It's rebounded by Indiana. Turner's got 6 rebounds now in the game. It's stolen by Kaminsky. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Batum. Pacers with the rebound. Turner's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Count that one. Collison's got 11 in the second half.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Fires, high post. No good off the front iron. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the 4th. Charlotte shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. Well, Clark, your whole career, you were a fantastic rebounder. Really at all levels you played at. With that in mind, who do you think are some of the best rebounders right now in the NBA?
Well, for me, it's all about the consistency of getting rebounds at both ends of the floor, and I tend to lean towards those guys that get a bunch of offensive rebounds. So in that regard, Kevin Love, Hassan Whiteside, Andre Drummond, those guys are tenacious and highly productive on the offensive board.
Walker and Batum teaming up in the backcourt. Kaminsky out there with Williams. And it's Graham in at the 3 slot. So that's the Hornets 5.
A fantastic heads-up play there from Young to find the open man.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
There's the triple. Kaminsky misses. Indiana's gone 6 of 14 with the three ball tonight, just a little over 40%.
Oh, you can't let Turner get that deep inside. When you do, he's going to abuse you with a throwdown right on top of your head.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Kicks it to Graham. Outside Williams. Shot clock at 6. From outside, off the mark.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Dwight Howard's checked in for Frank Kaminsky.
Start it.
Timeout called the Pacers. Well, a lot of optimism around young big man Miles Turner. Nate McMillan compared him to LaMarcus Aldridge, who, of course, McMillan coached in Portland. Clark, can you see that?
Oh, no doubt. Both are 6'11"-ish, and both can really shoot the ball. Turner may be a better three-point shooter right now than Aldridge, but I think he's got to grow into being more effective in the post. He's more of a rim protector right now than Aldridge, but like L.A., I think he has a chance to be an all-star.
Here's Collison, and that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Collison's got 20 points. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Pacers.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches. He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. From deep, Walker makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
And he's kind of always had that shoot-first mentality for a point guard, and when you can shoot it like Walker, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Here's Young, and it's sent back by Howard.
He's been terrible, absolutely awful. I mean, can't get it going. His shot isn't there right now. He's got to help him some other ways.
And Oladipo has it in the corner. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
And, you know, Batum is really good at sharing the ball. An unselfish guy who does a lot of winning things.
And Young kicks to Turner. Over Williams. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. And that's now 8 points for Miles Turner.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
And it's Oladipo that time on the assist by Collison. 34 points for Victor Oladipo.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Indiana. Out to Turner. The Pacers getting another chance here. From the arc. Bogdanovich, no luck.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here. That sends Nicholas Batum to the free throw line. It's going to go on Bojan Bogdanovich. And as great as Nicholas Batum is, the one issue he's dealt with, Greg, his entire career is staying consistent during games.
And with his skill set, it is hard for Batum to be completely absent. He can play, though, too passively at times when you know what he's capable of, and he's at his best when he is active and aggressive.
And it's sent back by Howard. Young with no one around. Drops one in from the wing. Young's got 12 points in just the second half. Over to the wing. Here's Graham. Batum with the ball. Picked up by Turner. And it's sent back by Turner.
Man, the defense of Turner is astounding. I mean, he positioned himself well to come up with a lot of blocks.
Now Graham. He dishes it to Howard. And Howard with the stuff.
You know, I think he's been a steady, reliable option so far, but it's not enough. They need him to take charge, be more assertive on the offensive end.
Offensive rebound. Oladipo outside. From deep three-point range.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Pacers.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Victor Oladipo.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
And so here's Charlotte. It's good.
You can't say enough about his individual performance. I don't think you can overstate it. I mean, even if the all-around team effort's been lacking, this guy's been on top of things.
And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That's his fifth foul. "16 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Bogdanovich wide open. And Lance Stevenson picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Stolen by Collison.
Well, that was a superb read defensively. He jumped right into the passing lane the instant the ball left the passer's hand.
So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge,